Imagine a life where you travel the world in places like Hawaii, the Bahamas, South Florida, Costa Rica, making tens of thousands of dollars per month on your own terms. You don't have a boss nagging you when to come in. You don't have to clock in or clock out. You don't have to pretend to be sick because you don't feel like going to work that day. You live a life that you have created. And I want you to imagine this deeply, because there is a version of yourself that is out there that has created that life and is living that life. Time just hasn't caught up yet. So if you stay till the end of this video, I can guarantee that you will have the knowledge. You will be equipped with the tools that'll help you create that life for yourself. These are the secrets of social media monetization that absolutely no one talks about, and this is the social media pyramid. And before we get into it, I do want to state for the record that I have generated over 2.3 million followers and have made millions of dollars all online, completely organically. So that means for free. So I'm pretty credible when I say this. So let's start to understand the social media pyramid in step one here. I want you to think about a creator that you keep up with regularly. Do they have a predominantly bigger platform than they do on the rest? Mr. Beast, for example, is biggest on YouTube. And there are other creators that are biggest on Twitter, biggest on Instagram or TikTok. For me, it's always been TikTok. TikTok is the thing that's at the top of my pyramid that funnels into all of my other platforms and businesses. So for you to take advantage of what we're talking about, you need to post on every single platform and find which one is going to be your top of the pyramid. So let's say the top of your pyramid is TikTok as well. That means you're going to be focused most on TikTok and putting out high quality content at a large volume to TikTok while trying to funnel everybody else into your other offers in your other social medias. So TikTok has basically always grown my Instagram. It's always grown my Twitter. And it makes things so much easier when you have a predominant one, because they're like, oh, I saw you over here, so I'm gonna follow you over here. So it's finding what you're predominant in, really hammering that platform until you can drive them into others. For example, right now, I'm going hard on YouTube, and every single day when I post a new YouTube video, I post on TikTok saying, hey, I made a new YouTube video, go subscribe. And it makes the process a whole lot easier. So right now I'm gonna tell you the secrets of going viral to find your predominant platform. This is what no one talks about because it's too valuable. To go viral, you need to have these 5 key pillars. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be able to express yourself transparently. You can't try to portray a perfect image of yourself because people want a human-to-human connection. They don't want an idol that they look up to as like another perfect human being that somehow has it all figured out. No, you're a human, be human. That's what people are looking for in today's world of social media. We've seen the facades and we're tired of them. Secondly, consistency. You have to show up every single day when you don't feel like it. I've talked about this in my other YouTube videos countless times, but I can't express it enough. If you want the algorithm to pick you up, you have to show up day after day, or else you're never gonna get picked up. Thirdly, controversy. Take this with a grain of salt when I say you need to be incredibly opinionated. You don't want to talk about things that are really sensitive topics that are going to basically butcher half of your following. Like a lot of political things you cannot talk about nowadays because people are very sensitive and will immediately unfollow you because their algorithms have programmed them to think a certain way. And if you say anything that contradicts what they think, they aren't going to like you anymore. So stay away from politics, but be very captivating, be controversial, and be opinionated. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Number 4, going live. People sleep on going live so hard. Going live is an incredibly great way to start actually connecting with people. I remember this so vividly. It was 2019. I was sitting in front of my camera. I had 10 viewers on my first TikTok live stream, and I was like, wow, that's a low number, but I know that if I connect with these people so well, they're going to stick around, comment all my videos, like all my videos, and they're going to help me grow because they engage with all my content. You have to be as grateful for your first 10 followers as your first 10,000, right? Because these are the people that are going to help you grow. You can't grow without other people. It's not just a one-man show. You have an army of people that are going to help you grow. And the 5th step is staying in your lane, is picking your brand identity. Are you going to talk about finance? Are you going to talk about sports? Are you going to talk about drama? Whatever it is, you need to stay in that lane unless you're trying to develop a personal brand. But you can't really develop a personal brand until you kind of have an established brand identity as is and people want to listen to what you have to say. So when I first started on TikTok, I was just whiffing relationship advice and kind of sappy emotional stuff that people needed to hear during Rona 2020 lockdowns. I found that worked, so I hammered it. I didn't necessarily want to be the relationship advice guy, but it worked. But now it's to the point where I have such an established brand identity that I can talk about whatever I want and people just want to listen to me because I've been around in their lives for so long. So if you do those 5 key things, I guarantee in a matter of months, you're going to be going viral and you're going to have some momentum. But it's doing all of those things, like I said, consistently, okay? So that takes me to step number 2. So once you go viral and you have a little bit of traction and you have a good foundation, this is the most important part. A lot of people will start a social media and just start trying to sell something immediately. That's not how it works. Like I've said before, no one is gonna wanna buy something from a complete stranger. Maybe they will, but they're so much more incentivized when they know you. So you have a strong foundation. For reference, I didn't sell a digital product or consulting or anything until I had 1 million followers. Now, obviously you don't need 1 million followers today, but have a little bit of a foundation before you start just fucking shoving stuff down their throats. So once you have a little bit of traction, you have a couple followers and they trust you. They trust what you have to say. This is when you start to create an offer around what they already enjoy. You know your audience. This is so key. You have to understand who you're talking to and who you're selling to. What do they want? How can you help them? These are the questions that you need to ask and understand who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal customer? And then once you figure this out, this is called your avatar. So you have your avatar figured out. So when I started, my average client was someone who was lost. They didn't want to go to college. They didn't know what they wanted to do, but they wanted to make money online. They wanted to make money doing anything other than what they were headed towards. So I created a digital product that basically solved that problem. I still sell it to this day. It's actually launching on Black Friday. And it's still to this day is solving that problem for hundreds of people. But I didn't sell it till I had 1 million followers, like I said. So I figured out exactly who my follower was and I gave them exactly what they were looking for. Boom, there you go. Keep that in mind before you try to sell anything. Am I just selling something to make a couple quick dollars, or is what I'm selling actually going to benefit the viewer? Because if you're not benefiting your viewer and you drop ship some shitty DHgate, AliExpress, Alibaba dropshipping thing, they're never going to want to buy something from you again because the thing that they did buy from you was shitty. They don't want shitty shit. They want good shit. And that takes time to build. Don't rush businesses. I've done that countless times. I thought I had $1 million idea and I rushed it. I pushed it out immediately and it didn't do nearly as well as it could because I rushed it. I was impatient. I wanted money rather than creating something of high value. So before you drop any business to your followers, to anything, make sure all the systems are in place and this is a product of value. And that takes me into step number 3. Pardon the interruption, but I've created an insane opportunity for people watching this video. I'm giving you guys early access to a community and a course that I'm creating with one of the biggest TikTok money makers that you guys definitely know, but I'm not gonna say it publicly until it's in stone. We've created it, but if you guys wanna get early access, go check out the WAP link below. It's gonna be insane, similar to an Iman Ghazi's Educate, but for online making money. So I can't wait to see what this brings to people. If you guys want early access, like I said, go down to the description below. And sorry to interrupt the video, get back to it. This is something that absolutely no one talks about, and you'll probably never see a mainstream media creator talk about this. And it's understanding how to price your products. You want 3 offers. You want a low ticket, a middle ticket, and a high ticket offer. So let's say the low ticket is like $2, $20, something with very low barrier to entry. And then you fucking knock their socks off. You provide so much value that they were like, I just paid $20 for all that value. Oh my God. So now they're in your ecosystem. You keep nurturing them with emails. So you have an email writer, you have a copywriter. If this gets 1,000 likes, I'll give you a full video on how to operate an entire business from A to Z, from your employees to your systems, to the visionary, to the integrator, to the marketing, everything. But you get them in the door with your low ticket offer that knocks their socks off. And then they're gonna be like, well, if I paid $20 for this, what would $100 get me, right? So now they're way more incentivized to give you $100 because they saw that you provided so much for 20. And then you want a high ticket offer. You want something just starting out maybe for a $500 to $1,000 where they get to work directly with you intimately and you can solve their problems hand to hand. And a lot of people will immediately go for the high ticket offer before this person is even in their ecosystem whatsoever. Your objective when starting out shouldn't be to sell everyone on your high ticket offer. It should be, how can I get this person in my ecosystem and to enjoy being in my ecosystem? So that could be watching your content. That could be getting emails from you. That could be getting free PDF worksheets from you that they have to sign up with their email with. You want them in your ecosystem and you want to build their trust. And over time, depending on how much demand you have will determine when to raise your prices. So right now, my prices have increased because, as you guys can imagine, I have so much momentum right now causing me to increase my prices. Simple supply and demand. But if you're just starting out, and you don't have that much demand, the price is low because the supply is high. Does this make sense? But always, always, always provide more than what you take. If you're gonna charge someone $5,000 for something, you need to provide $10,000 of value. If you're gonna charge $10,000, you need to provide $20,000 worth of value. And most of these high ticket products that I'm talking about right now, the $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 products, are going to be a service of some sort. Like, I can charge $10,000, $5,000 comfortably because I know if someone gives me that, I can help them make that plus way more on TikTok or on their personal brand or on any business. I know I can help them get that in return. Versus if you're a tennis coach or a fitness trainer, you probably can't charge 5, 10K until you have insane testimonials from clients who've gotten fucking shredded off your experiences. So keep all of these in mind when starting your businesses and trying to figure out what price to price them at. Step number 4 is being incredibly resilient. Understanding that this is a process and this is going to take time. You should not have the intentions of getting rich quick if this is what you're wanting to do. You want to build a personal brand, a faceless brand. This is the fucking sauce. This video is literally exactly what you need to do step by step to grow whatever it is you're trying to build, but you need to have resilience. Brick by brick, day by day needs to be your motto. Way too many people out there are starting their personal brands with the expectation of getting rich quickly. This is not how it works. You should expect to make $0 for about 3 months, maybe your 4th month make $5,000, then $10,000, and slowly go up the escalator. You're not gonna make 50K your first month unless you already have a brand figured out, and you'll get insane momentum quickly. But that should not be your expectation. Obviously, expect highly of yourself, which means show up every day, do what you know you need to do, work hard, but don't expect everything to happen quickly. Hope for that, but don't expect it. There's a big difference. But if you do all of these things consistently and you keep all of these things in mind and you focus on one step at a time, not the whole staircase, you're on your road to riches. And I'm gonna keep posting videos just like this that are going to help you monetize the internet because there's so many ways to do it. But this right here is the cream and the pudding. If you implement all of this, you're going to see success. Don't forget to subscribe. Much love. I drop bangers like this every week, and I'll see you in the next one.